What's up, Internet? This is Rambling Josh, and welcome to the very first episode of a brand new Let's Play project. If I'm totally honest, I kind of decided to do this one at the very last minute. I finished recording the last episode of Fire Emblem about, I want to say, an hour after this game was released. And this is a game that I've been looking forward to for a while. So I figured since the times sync up so well, why not just make a Let's Play of it? Plus, it also helps that I'm a very, very big fan of the guys who made this game, so I figured I might as well do a Let's Play of their game and hopefully maybe push a little bit more sales, because they deserve all the monies that they can get for this thing. For all their games. Of course, I haven't actually played this game yet, so I can't actually tell you how good it is, but I'm pretty confident that it'll be amazing. So anyways, this is Penny Arcade's on the Rainslick Precipice of Darkness, Episode 4. If you aren't familiar with the series, it started a long time ago, and the first two episodes were made by a company by the name of Hothead Games, I believe they were called, who you may recall are the company who was responsible for at least the first few episodes of the Deathspank series. But when they... You know what? It's really bothering me now. Okay, yeah, so Deathspank and all that was made by Hothead Games. I just wanted to make sure I had the name right. But after they moved on to Deathspank, the Penny Arcade guys kind of decided that, you know what? You obviously don't have enough time to make our games as well, and Deathspank is amazing. So the last two episodes just never really got made. But then along came Zeboyd Games. They made a game by the name of Breath of Death 7, and then they made a game by the name of Cthulhu Saves the World. And both of those were impressive enough that Penny Arcade decided to have them make Episode 3 and 4. Episode 3 came out several months ago. I want to say almost a year at this point. I'm not honestly sure, though. And it was pretty darn good. So this is the finale of the entire series. So without any further ado, let's get this thing started. Well, let's not get started first. The very first thing I want to point out is that in the controls you have the option to select the Mind Orb 5XD-2. And this is just an example of kind of Zeboyd's way of doing things. They're a pretty humorous bunch. Of course, it's only two fellows, but they're pretty humorous. They've had this Mind Orb thing in all of their games, and it makes me very happy. I believe the name of it has changed slightly, the 5XD2, but that's not really important. Now let's get things started. I think I want to play on Veteran. I would play on Insane, but just I don't know the game yet, so I'll stick with Veteran. The writing behind this game is, of course, done by the writer of Penny Arcade. So a lot of it is pretty interesting. I guess that's one way you could put it. It's very high quality stuff, though. Not all of it was done by them, I don't think, though. So a little bit of a recap of what happened on the last episode. Everything is gone. As they say. A lot of this is actually stuff that took place in the first two games, I think. But in truth, I haven't actually played them myself, so... Practically perfect niece. I guess that could be handy, depending on what he plans to do with her. I don't know how that works, but whatever. Okay, well I guess it didn't work. I just love the writing in these games. Like, Zeboid's games kind of have this kind of tone to them anyways, but combine that with the writing of Penny Arcade, that's some pretty amusing stuff. That's a long time. Orf! The sacrilege. Okay. The Necro Wombicon? That would be convenient, I guess. I guess that's convenient. A little complicated for young Gabriel here. That's also very convenient. That's also very convenient. The two idiots. So, let's take a... I believe there is... It's supposed to be a dash toggle? Ah, there we go. So, we got our party. Leviathan. Yes, apparently we use monsters to do our battling in this game. So that should be interesting. A war pestle? No accessories. Oh, this is who is summoning it. Oh, so they have bonuses of their own. Huh, interesting. So... Capomancy? I love these games so much. So, I suppose the Leviathan looks like it's fairly well suited to be a physical fighter, so let's assign him to Gabriel instead. Gabe, of course, being a bit of a bruiser. No items. Okay, so pretty standard stuff here. So let's get rolling. What is it? Oh, the duplicator. Okay. It's an interesting concept here. Upgrades. Yeah, I guess they've expanded the item system a little bit. So the way items work at least in the previous game, was that rather than collecting items themselves, you would kind of unlock the ability to use a specific item, and then that item duplicates itself an infinite number of times, but you can only use it so many times within a single battle. So in our case, we have a potion that we can use twice. We can use it twice every single battle if we want, and it will never run out. So I guess that explains why we are not doing the fighting ourselves. I'm not sure what the point of the worms are, but whatever. Seems quite the extravagant process. Pwop. A sour twoodle? Oh, okay, I understand. So if you didn't catch that, oh, analyze. That's cool. So we can look at the opponents here. Marrow Man. It's important to look at the descriptions of every opponent because they're usually pretty amusing. So the battle system in this game works a little bit like Grandia, if you're familiar. We have a bar along the top of the screen here, and when a character's icon reaches the command little bar there, you input a command. And then at that point, your icon continues to move to the right until it reaches the act section. When it reaches the end of the act section, the attack actually goes off. And the reason this is important is because different people move faster along the bar than others, depending on their speed. And if certain abilities have the can interrupt attacks if the interrupt lands when the icon is between the command and the act segment. So let's see here. So I guess Brute indicates abilities that the Leviathan gets from being wielded by Gabriel. And 666 are the abilities that the Leviathan innately knows. So let's start by let's just use Tickle here. So it seems that we are a bit slower than this guy, but we should be fine. I'm pretty certain that HP regenerates completely in between battles, so that's convenient. Yes, HP restores completely. The way MP works in this game is, as the description described, you start a battle with 0 MP and you regenerate 1 MP every turn. So you have to kind of plan out what order to use your attacks in and such. Well, that's amusing. It just wants to be a glove. For a second I thought that said a baby derp crow, and I was very happy, but this is a little bit less interesting. Although I suppose it's important that the monsters be a little bit badass. Mr. Beaks. What is he even going on about? So let's see, we have a plume toad here, and mosquito. Okay, so is this guy? Okay, so this is the Leviathan is still being wielded by Gabriel. So I would like to use power up, but that doesn't make as much sense to do unless you have an ability that costs 2 MP. Because I'd just be kind of wasting MP. So I might as well just attack every turn. Are both of these being summoned by Gabriel? Interesting. Adds bleed, okay. Let's put some bleed on the toad here then. These mosquitoes are spewing magma out of their noses. That's kind of badass. Just for curiosity's sake, let's see how much damage a normal attack does. Thurston? Finish this guy off. Oh, that heals him. Okay. Well, he's dead anyways. Mr. Beaks is now level 3. Swordmaster. Let's see what that did. So I'm not entirely sure what the purpose of him leveling up, of these guys leveling up is, aside from increasing, like learning new abilities eventually, assumedly. So, Axe Master, strength, boost strength for 1 turn when equipped with an axe. Speed boost on turn 1 when equipped with a sword. Interesting. Well, let's look at their stats here. So, 85, 56, 60, 40, 80. Now, does that change? No, that does not change their stats directly anyways. Let's just boost all stats. But that costs 2 MP. That costs 0 MP. Well, we'll mess around with that a little bit more as we go. Okay, so the stat bonuses are applied when they level up. So let's look at the stats. I guess they're both kind of like attacky type guys. So plus 4 HP, plus 3 magic. Neither of them are especially adept at magic, it would seem. So I'm going to keep them both on Gabriel for now. He is Diabolical Foodsmith, Frap without warning or remorse. I find it... maybe not amusing is not the right word, but the fact that we've not run into a single repeat enemy so far is kind of cool. Super effective. So I guess vegetarians are weak against physical attacks then. Or no, because Tickle is a dark elemental attack. I can't take the attacks back. I guess finish this guy off. Or Mr. Beaks could do it for me. Attack the Dark Chef. Finish off the Vegetarian. Don't really have any attack that I should have used Tickle there. Is this guy almost dead? That was actually a pretty close call. So, we got a bit of a graveyard here, would appear. I wonder. Oh, you can't examine the graves? I recall one of the fellows who made this game, well, yeah, this game, but also I recall him complaining in previous games about how much work it was to make dialogue for every single gravestone. So it appears that he's decided to make dialogue for none of them. Undertaker. 1 element. Oh, it tells you how many weaknesses they have? So I shall start by poisoning up those fellows. Finish off the Vegetarian. I just have to stay alive until these 2 fellows die. Is Beaconomics, does it do more straight up damage than... I guess it probably does the same damage as his melee attack. Ouch. Okay, well let's use one of them potions. Get you back up. that hurt. Let's actually defend. That seems like a pertinent idea. The one guy should hopefully die from the bleed. Or I guess they can't. Let's kill him. Or we could fail. Okay. Let's do that over again then, shall we? So maybe instead of applying poison to both of them, I should focus on reducing the number of enemies first. And let's actually have him defend, because it should double the amount of damage he does next turn. Whereas while he is defending, he of course takes less damage. Or he could just die. But being that there's only one of them now, we should be okay. This is actually pretty tough. Well, both of them... Wow, that hurt a lot. Okay. So... I guess everyone leveled up. Magic ring. Almost insulting the amount. So, is it just me, or is Mr. Beaks just straight up better than the Leviathan in every single way? It seems like he is. So, Dr. Blood gains Soul Link. Strength, speed, magic, and speed while in combat. Okay, well I guess I should give Dr. Blood back to... or the Leviathan, back to Blood. Dr. Blood. Wow, I cannot talk today. It's fun, always fun looking at the descriptions of equipment as well. Okay, so that seems about as good a place as any to leave it here for today. So we will continue our way through the underworld on the next episode of Let's Play Penny Arcade Adventure. Number 4? I gotta figure out what I'm gonna call this game. Anyways, catch you later.